Andrew, you and I both know how exciting it is to go out and buy your first home, right?
Right.
And this is exciting for most people, of course. That's why people go out and buy homes. It's very exciting. But here's the thing. A lot of times what we've found in the marketplace is that many people can end up falling into a trap of actually purchasing a mortgage way larger than what they really should do financially. And so in today's short retirement education concept video, what we're going to try to do is give you 3 real good reasons why you should never fall into this trap. So definitely stay locked in today. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Concepts videos. These videos were created to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Absolutely, Andrew, because with so many different retirement concepts out there, so many different retirement strategies, and of course, so many different retirement products, it can become very difficult for consumers to try to digest it all, which is why we work with a team of expert advisors to help us build a comprehensive roadmap that will let our clients know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement income, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. So Carson, buying a house is probably the biggest financial decision people can make in their life. How can they make sure that it's not the worst decision that they can make?
Andrew, that is an excellent question, because one of the ways they can do this is to speak with a qualified financial advisor or lender who has their best interest at heart. We know that lender that you may go to may want to put you in the biggest and baddest mortgage that you can afford. But the biggest question around that is that really smart for your overall financial situation? And so that is what we're going to talk about in today's short educational retirement concept video. But before we even get into that, there are 2 rules that we always like to give you. And Andrew, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money. And rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
So let's go ahead and dive into our retirement education concept video today to talk about why you should never bite off more mortgage than you can actually chew.
So Carson, so many people are becoming homeowners now. Do you think it's because they're making more money, or do you think they're able to borrow more money?
That's a good question. I would say, Andrew, it's probably a little bit of both. I think people are, of course, making more money too. And obviously, it's becoming a little bit easier to borrow money to purchase a home. And what I do know for sure, for certain, that for many people out there, when they do go buy a home, a lot of people are overextending themselves, Andrew, and they are purchasing more home than they can really afford to financially live in. And so there's really a few things that you're going to have to look out for and account for when you're buying a home. And I think, being a homeowner is an excellent thing to do, of course. But when you do look at that mortgage and you go and look at purchasing your first home or second or third, it doesn't matter. You have to make sure that you understand that you have to leave yourself some wiggle room, Andrea. So many people go and buy that mortgage and they max themselves out. And they forget that, when you buy that home, sometimes like us, when you first buy a home, you got to remember that, you may want to start a family, right? So now we have some kiddos that's going to be involved. Or maybe you have a car that breaks down and you have to purchase a new car. Or you may have an AC unit that goes out and so forth and so forth. So you have to leave yourself with some major wiggle room when you're talking about purchasing a new mortgage and making sure that you don't overextend yourself. One of the things that, of course, we did when we bought our first home is that, I was living in a townhome and I was paying for this townhome myself individually. So what we decided to do is that when we went out and got a home, that we would try to stay very, very close within what I was actually paying for that townhome, so that if anything were to happen financially, we would be more than sufficient to be able to cover that mortgage. And that's just being smart financially. It doesn't make you feel weak because you don't go out and buy that bigger home. You're actually a smart person to do so.
Carson, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but is it safe to expect the unexpected?
You should.
Okay.
Actually, you should. That's a good way to put it. You should expect the unexpected when it comes to any of your financial circumstances, because, just take a look at what's going on currently, right? this whole pandemic situation. How many people either got furloughed or laid off during this pandemic that we are still in today, and really had to compromise their situation and had to rely on government to basically bail them out? So you don't want to really lose your independence because there is an unexpected situation that you probably should have accounted for when you went out to buy this home. So yes, you do have to account for, Andrea, that there could be a pandemic down the road that could compromise, either one or even both of your incomes. And so when that happens, you want to make sure that, one, that you have enough savings into your emergency fund to account for that lag time of finding a new job or so forth. And how are you going to have those savings if you've overextended yourself in your mortgage and cannot actually have anything left over to put back for an emergency fund? So in saying that, Andrea, you want to make sure that when you are applying for that mortgage, that you are expecting the unexpected, and you're going to be able to say, I can afford this home, and if the worst case scenario happens, I still be able to save money on the back end too, to make sure that I can be okay and not have to rely on the government to bail you out.
Carson, would you say that having too big of a mortgage could affect your retirement goals?
It could. And this is why we do this video. We want to make sure that people understand this very clearly. Having too big of a mortgage can absolutely, Andrea, affect your retirement goals. We always recommend to our clients that we work with that when you're working, you want to try to save at least 10 to 15% of your gross income, Now, how can you do that if you literally cannot even save one dime of those dollars because you are pushing the limits on your mortgage? Look, I know it's great to have a big old nice home. That's really nice. And the mortgage company will absolutely lend it to you, and they'll make sure they take it back as well. So you have to be careful about that. You never want to sacrifice, your long-term retirement goals over a right now debt. You don't want to do that. You want to minimize your debt situation so you can have the proper income to fund your retirement later on down the life, so you can always enjoy the living space that you actually have, Andrew. So very good question. And all these things you should absolutely consider when it comes to you getting a mortgage for the first time, second, third, doesn't matter. Make sure that you account for all three things that we've discussed in this video today.
Carson, thank you again for your insight, and thank you for watching. And if you feel that this information was beneficial for you, we ask that you like our video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others.
So I really do hope that the information that we shared with you today was beneficial for you. Please understand that these videos are always created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these type of complex financial matters, we highly encourage you to utilize the links in the description below and go ahead and schedule a free 1-hour consultation with us today.
For more information about this topic or any of the other topics that we've shared with our other videos, please feel free to reach out to our office, or you may leave any comments or questions in the section below. After this video, please check out our other videos that we've created that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.